Okay. So we've got Bryson here joining us. For people who are just catching up, we were going to have a 2-day hearing starting today in the Melly double murder case in Florida, but it turns out his lawyer, one of his lawyers, is under investigation for witness tampering related to the same witness tampering charge that he has. So we heard his lawyer there saying that this is a big problem and they need to know a lot more about the investigation so he can decide. Demons, Melly can decide if he wants to proceed with him as his lawyer. So we've got Bryson Paul in to talk with us about the case. He covered the first trial, so he knows a lot of background about what's going on. And Bryson, were you surprised by this? Is this the first we've heard anything about her being under investigation, Raven?
No. Well, I've posted that the state issued subpoenas and whatnot on her investigation when they filed it about, I want to say, like a week or two ago. So
okay,
it's filed in Broward County that they have a investigation on her by the state using her Apple account. And the defense has already filed a motion about it, which was supposed to be the reason why they were supposed to have a hearing today on that matter, but they never are. But the state issued a motion to strike it. So, but obviously the defense still brought it up anyway. So,
yeah, they were able to bring up. They're saying this is a big issue for conflict wise, and it seems like they're probably correct. I mean, the judge was saying, "Oh, he's going to trial in September. He's going to trial in September," but this does seem like something that could delay things. Like if she gets charged, how if she gets charged with a crime, can she represent him in this
yeah,
trial? That
even
seems
if even if he decides to, okay, I want to change my whole legal counsel or even just replace Raven Liberty, it would still like delay the trial even more because now he has to bring somebody else in and they have to have, 9 months is a long time to study a case in a retrial, but like he said, this is a death penalty case, so it's that severe. So I don't know if 9 months is enough time for somebody to be like to come in and say, hey, all right, I can figure this out and I can actually win this case or whatnot for you. But I don't know if he'll necessarily change his legal team. So it's really up to him right now. Now that I feel like he's been informed already because the filing came in about 2 weeks ago. So
yeah. Do we know more about the witness tampering charges against him? What is he accused of actually tampering with? What is he accused of doing?
just contacting through third party and whatnot. So that's pretty much what it is right now. Just them communicating through third parties to get in contact with other people like his ex girlfriends and whatnot. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, any surprises today? I mean, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? Are we going to have a
I
decision?
think that I was surprised that the state tried to say it would take a week for them to turn over the affidavit and the search warrant for Miss Liberty. That was surprising to me that they tried to tell the judge like, "Hey, we need a week to turn this over," and it was like, "Well, you already have it, right?" And he's, "Yeah, all right. Well, you need to turn it over either today or tomorrow." But they gave him until tomorrow at 9 a.m. It was like you have to turn it over the affidavit and search warrant
Mhm.
on Raven Liberty. So I
Yeah,
was
yeah. The judge seemed pretty. He's like, "This is a death penalty case. This is a death penalty
yeah,
case."
I
It's
was I was surprised that none of the motions got reviewed or even just decided. That was, you had it scheduled for the whole day. Like even that part with him, Miss Liberty wasn't there. He still had his other counsel. They could have just asked him, I guess, if he wanted to still continue with the counsel that he has on hand right now and just handle some of the motions at least. But like he said, we wasted 2 days. We're gonna waste 2 days, and you guys haven't even brought anything to review, or you're coming with a request for a delay. So I
yeah,
was surprised by that. So, but he seems in good spirits. That's all I can say. He seems in good spirits for somebody who's had a mistrial and been in detained without bond for 2,100 days, over 2,100 days, and with a mistrial. So it's pretty interesting on that part. Like, I understand why both sides agree, or why orders were made and why the judge decided what he decided, but it's still pretty wild to be detained for 2,100 days and you're literally just detained. You haven't been charged with anything. So
yeah. Now, I know there was an appeal going on. What is that resolved now that we're back in case? What did the appellate court?
It's still going on. The fourth court of appeals is still going on. That is the whole what they were talking about earlier, where they were saying like, okay, that's for the Instagram messages that or Instagram content that is being reviewed. That's still being under review at the Court of Appeals, and that's just one motion by itself. That is just one motion that if it's obviously ruled on, can decide on whether the case either begins on September 2025 or even before that, because after that is decided, they have his defense has a right to issue a speedy trial motion, and they have to start the trial within 90 days. So,
and the appeal is regarding a pretty crucial piece of evidence. Is that right? That was suppressed. That the other judge was not allowing in prosecutors to bring in, and prosecutors are appealing that. Can you talk about that?
Well, yeah, it would be they were trying to say the documentary that was on YouTube and the Instagram content, like just the Instagram conversations and what went on and just the content that was posted. So they're just trying to figure out if that should be allowed or whatnot. So
yeah. Okay. So it just seems like kind of a mess of a case. I mean, a 2018 double murder, and it's 2023, and
it's 2025.
Oh, excuse me, 2025. Yeah,
it's 2025, and it's going on this long. So, I mean, the new judge obviously is probably, and which probably goes back to the YSL case, where now it's like, okay, we're not gonna sit here and just delay trial because of motions and whatnot. So I think that's credit to the YSL trial. I think Judge Martin today was just like, hey, this is not going to be that way. We need to handle this now. We've had, and especially him reading the motions, they dated all the way back to 2022. So
I mean, because some of that, when I was listening to it, there were motions, but he was also going over everything that he reviewed to get ready for the motion. So he was reading a lot of stuff that's already been decided, like orders and stuff like that. Isn't it? Is it about 15 or 20 motions pending? Do you know how many?
Yeah, I think all the ones he read first by the state and by the defense were ones that were still pending. The ones he read at the end that the judge previously decided on was the ones he reviewed, and he was like, we're going to stick with those motions. Those motions are still going to stay as ruled and whatnot. So the ones he was reading before were the motions that were still pending and from the state and from the defense.
Yeah. Okay. And this is a new judge on the case, right? Because the trial judge retire, or what happened?
Yeah, he retired. He retired in October. He retired in October.
Okay, so
yeah, I mean, people still feel like, he was a fair judge. I guess based on the comments, they feel like he was a fair judge. And they feel like just for today, they feel like this judge is going to be a fair judge and whatnot. So.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely holding the prosecutor's feet to the fire on this.
I think he held both sides' feet to the fire on this one. But at the same time, I understand it's like, okay, look, we have to move forward with this case. It's been, like you said, it happened in 2018, and it's already 2025, and we still don't have a decision. And it's moving at a snail pace, and I'm sure he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't want to waste any time. So,
yeah, definitely. Well, tomorrow morning should be interesting. I'm planning to have the stream up, so I invite everybody to come on back, and maybe we can meet up again tomorrow and talk about what happens tomorrow and everything that's going on.
What did you think of Melly's demeanor during the whole hearing?
He seemed I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, he seemed, not depressed, but the kind of the scene of him kind of rolling his eyes as the state was talking. It's just a long time coming. The wheels of justice grinding. But I know some people were commenting on his hair. It looks like he cut his hair.
Yeah, it's definitely cut.
Yeah, it's got to be hard to maintain that hairstyle in jail. Like that.
Yeah, especially in the cold seasons. That's when it starts to break and brittle and whatnot. So, but I feel like being that, I mean, he's taking it a lot better than I think most people would take it. Honestly, it's no way that anybody could sit and just wait for their life to be decided for 5 years or 6 years now and just waiting to see what your fate is. That's a lot. That's heavy.
What about the two victims, the friends that he's accused of murdering? Are their families kind of speaking out on the delay or anything like that?
Not publicly, but I mean, every day relatives issue comments about it. So yeah, I mean, they have their side about it, and like the defense or Melly and his family have their side about it. So I mean, you really just got to let it play out in the courtroom. That's what the justice system is for. So yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to following this one. Now that the YSL trial is done, I've got a lot more time, so maybe we can do some more discussions as the case is going on. But we'll definitely be here tomorrow watching everything. So yeah, maybe you can come back and join us.
I will. I'll definitely anytime. Anytime you need me. So
yeah. Okay,
definitely. Great. You got to get ready for ASAP and for more Tory Lanez coverage, obviously. So
yeah, that's going to be big. I got ASAP later this week or later this month, and then Tory Lanez is that hearing on Meghann's motion for a temporary restraining order is later this week, I think the 9th. So yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time, Bryson. How can people follow you? Where's the best place for people to find you?
You can follow me on Twitter, for Instagram. I mean, I have a TikTok and YouTube. Obviously, it's all the same, Bryson Boom Paul. So you can just follow me on there. Obviously, you can just reach out to me. Just reach out to me. I'm always accessible. I mean, I'm not as popular as Meghann here, but I'm working on it. I'm more focused on just doing the groundwork and being respected as a court reporter now. So
yeah. We'll do everything we can. We appreciate your work and insights. So thank you so much for the support and everything.
No problem. Hey, see you guys later.
Thanks, guys. Good times. Just so everybody knows, Bryson is the one who made the googly-eyed bitch in Meghann the Reporter logos for my merch that I need to do a better job of promoting. Try to get set up here on YouTube, but really the Google ads are not liking the merch that the merch stuff that I try to set up. But if you guys go to MeghannTheReporter.com, I've still got some stuff set up. We've got some stickers, mugs, we've got shirts, hoodies. I can slap it in the mail for you today. The stickers are the best. $5 and I'll mail you a sticker. I've got some good ones. The googly-eyed bitch mug is by far and away the most popular, best-selling item, but we've still got some Meghann the Reporter mugs too. So go check that out if you're so inclined. And yeah, big thanks to Bryson for filling us in on the case. I'm going to be back streaming tomorrow. And this afternoon, I'm going to Santa Ana for the OMG Girls hearing. I don't know if people remember that case, but it's T.I. and Tiny's daughter Zonique's group with Beja Rodriguez. And they sued the doll company, MGA Entertainment, alleging that the OMG dolls, the LOL surprise OMG dolls, infringed the trade dress and misappropriate the likeness of the OMG Girls. And the last trial ended with a pretty big verdict for them. The jury gave the OMG Girls $71 million. It was like $17 million in actual damages, and then 53 million, 54 million in punitive damages. But it's not final, and the judge has the final say on the damages. And there's a hearing today, and his tentative is to not award punitives. He only wants to give him the 17 million. So that hearing is at 3 p.m. today. down in Santa Ana. So I'm going to be going to that, and I might do a live afterward, but that's going to be the next case that I cover. And thank you guys all for tuning in for the Melly trial, and I will keep covering that and get some clips up on the channel today. So give me a subscribe, give me a like, and buy a membership if you can. Show your support. We're going to be doing a lot more here on the channel. So thank you so much. Thank you. Here Comes Drama. Couldn't do it without you. I love all your support and your hype. It's great. It's great. Thank you. Thank you all.